Good morning. This is Tuesday, November the 16th, 2021. Time to start a new video. Another beautiful morning. And my begonias from North Carolina are still blooming pretty. The pot that we brought home. We found out the best place to cure sweet potatoes is where it's hot and humid. And that describes the greenhouse, so we brought them back. I'm on my way back home from Betty's. This is Tuesday. Well, I dropped off, we unloaded the table saw, the small one, so you have it there to work on the carport room. And then I run the vacuum for her, because the dust is hard for her. And then I raked up pine straw and moved it from the yard over to where she needed it, where the car sits, and it was kind of bare dirt there, so we put some pine straw on it. And that's about all we did. Well, we talked and had a good time. I'm here at the drugstore to pick up my prescription for osteoporosis. And I went over to Little Caesars, and they're closed for the day due to staffing problems. Today is Wednesday, and we're getting ready to unload our potting soil that we got last week. We put about 13 bags of potting soil down through there, and then we put peat moss on top. Now Larry's adding perlite. We still got this other small section to go. It'll take about another 9 or 10 bags in here. We're just trying to pace ourselves.
Time to quit.
This is the screen barrier that Larry built to keep the chickens out of the greenhouse when the doors open. Working on the onion bed some more. Larry's just now raking in the bone meal. He's already got the peat moss and fertilizer in there. Onions are supposed to come today, so we'll be ready for them. I left the camera in the greenhouse and came out to get it, and we're having another rain shower. And there was a pretty rainbow just right across from the house back to the corner of the yard. But it's gone now. Our onion plants arrived. This is the Savannah Sweet from Haas Tools, and this is the Texas Legend from Dixondale. So it's just time to get them in the ground.
Onion planting time. Laura just got started. I've got a bad back, so all I can do is kind of watch. A lot of leaning over. Right, she's got a good start. She's putting about 4 inches apart.
I got good roots on them.
But she's not putting them in rows.
Well, they're staggering the rows.
Kind of staggering the rows. There they are. We had enough last year. She planted enough. It lasted us the whole year, just about. The chickens are by the greenhouse. They know there's a smorgasbord in here of greens. They're waiting to come in, and they're finding pumpkin seeds where our grandkids and kids had a pumpkin fight after he was cleaning the pumpkins out and making the jack-o'-lantern. There was pumpkin seeds and pumpkin everything everywhere. So the chickens have helped clean it up.
I got all the Savannah Sweet onions planted. There's about 50 of them there. We decided to put the Texas Legend in the bed over there, because it might have more sun. We're deep frying some of our little sweet potatoes to see how they do for lunch. And we're going to toast the buns and have barbecue with it. Barbecue on a toasted bun and deep fried sweet potatoes. I'm here at Betty's and we raked up pine straw and put under her plants here, under her trees. And I got it all out in here where the car sets. Back under there. So that's all for now. Larry's getting ready to plant some potatoes in the bed here where we had the Savannah sweet onions. I moved them this morning. And this is where the Savannah sweet onions are now. We put them all over here by the Texas Legend because we got to thinking we want the drip hose. It'd be nice to have them all together. And there's more sun over here too. Larry's laying out the little potatoes to plant. I pulled the tarp back so I can bury a water hose. That way we won't be tripping over it all the time. I got the trench done to bury the hose in. Had to deal with some pine tree roots. But almost ready. Dug up a couple of long pine roots down through there. And have to be careful when I'm digging the trench because the intake water line comes right down beside of it. Don't want to get into it. Larry got a piece of metal to put over it so the hose doesn't get smashed when we walk around. Well, the hose is long enough. And a little extra on the end down there. The way we're doing it, we got the hose and then dirt over it buried, and then the metal over top the hose, and then more dirt over the metal. All done. The hose is covered. I got the floor pulled back in place and tacked down where it belongs, so that'll be handy that we can just have all that water down through there. I got tired of watering the onions last year, just in there with a hose. The same way with the sweet potatoes this year. I like a drip hose. Today's Sunday.
Yep.
We went to Sunday school and church this morning, and we just got done watching our church in North Carolina, the sermon there. And the funny thing is that the sermon here at home, the church, and the church up in North Carolina, both had the same title for their sermon. And
This is deer season down here now, and that brings to mind on the plantation we used to have quite a few deer hunts during the season. And down here they would run the deers with dogs. So what we do is put people out. My job was to put different people out in different stands in a big area. And then when the dogs would go in, the drivers would run the deer and the dogs out, and hopefully the deer would come to your stand and shoot it. But this one time, on this particular hunt that we had, we were picking up I was picking up the people on the deer stand. When I got the supervisor's son, he showed me the bug spray can that got bent right in half. And I asked him how it happened, and he told me that the deer run into him. He said it was a big buck. The guy in the other stand must have missed a deer, and when the buck come around and he was going around to see the other guy, the buck hit him and knocked him down. And lucky he had that can of spray in his coat pocket, and that only thing that saved him getting hurt. But he did get bruised up pretty bad. But that was really quite something. So anyway, that night we always hold court. People that does things wrong and not supposed to do, we always cut the shirt tail. And after we hold court, whether they're guilty or not guilty, most of the time we always found they were guilty. So anyway, we got him up in front and we cut his shirt tail and told him it was for running into our deer. And so anyway, we cut his shirt tail all the way up. Didn't cut his coat, so we just cut his shirt tail. But it was really something. He could have got hurt pretty bad, but it was funny after everything was said and done. And anyway, we kept that bug spray can for a long time at the plantation. That was just one of the stories on that.
Now, when you cut his shirt tail, do you cut the back or the front or all of it?
Well, we cut the back of his shirt tail. Maybe all the way up halfway to his back, or if it was bad enough, we'd cut it all the way up to the back. The shirt wouldn't be any good, but
Or just cut it up the center of the back?
yeah, sometimes we cut it up the center of the back. It all depends. But we cut his shirt anyway. And people, most of the time, people don't care. But everybody got a good laugh out of it, and thank goodness nobody was hurt. But maybe next time he'll stay on his stand like he's supposed to and not run into the deer.
Clouds are pretty. The sun's going down. We're here at church for the fellowship and Thanksgiving dinner.
Here you go, baby. No, baby. I got you one right there.
And turkey, rice, stuffing, gravy, mashed potatoes, lima beans, corn casserole, green beans, sweet potatoes, macaroni and cheese, cranberries, deviled eggs, broccoli salad, rolls, and strawberry dessert. And we have decorations for the turkey. All the tables have little pumpkins on them. There's a dessert table, apple pie, chocolate chip cookies and fudge, and my cake with chocolate chips, and my pecan pie, and my lemon pudding. This is Monday the 22nd of November, and it's supposed to be 28 degrees tomorrow night, so we're going to go ahead and pick our oranges. Thought that'd be better than this one. Is a nice one. And then we've got two up here that are still green, so hopefully they'll go ahead and ripen in the house. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut them. This is what I picked this morning. That nice orange and the smaller ones that got to get ripe. And I got some basil seed, and I pulled one of the carrots to see how they were growing. It's starting to rain just a little, but these bananas, they're so tiny, I think we'll just leave them here. They won't do any good to cut them. It's going to be 28 2 nights in a row, so cutting them won't do any good. We're using row cover for the first time. We got this to cover up the broccoli. Just pinned it with clothespins. And then this is the other broccoli and spinach. I don't know if you can see him, but Larry's leaving the little chickens in with the big ones tonight. But the big ones won't let them get up on the other roost, so they're on this one. Here comes the third one. They like to stick together. They're all up on that roost. Pansy, Petunia, and Henrietta are all up on the high roost. This is the 23rd of November, and we have a pretty sunset. It's supposed to be 28 degrees tonight. Larry's peeling our orange. We're going to find out if it tastes as good as it looks.
Off of our tree.
Mm-hmm. It's nice that it's easy to peel. The orange that Larry peeled we ate. It was sweet and good. We enjoyed it. We got our 28 degrees last night. You can see there's still frost out there. You can see there's frost under the olive tree. There's still some left on the grass. We got the wood stove going. There's some frost down there where I covered my daisies. The sun shining on the sawtooth oak trees this morning is pretty. Larry's family is coming for Thanksgiving dinner, and we're getting ready.
Repeat that.
I said your family's coming for Thanksgiving dinner.
It's our family.
Our family.
That's better.
Okay. Well, I just didn't want to think that Matt and David were coming.
Oh, well, that's still our family.
Yeah, but Betty's coming. That's family too. I made deviled eggs. I think I made 15 or 17 of them. Larry's got potatoes peeled. And we got a good supply of paper plates and stuffing. Yes. Well, here, ending.
Tammy, did you get the dressing out the turkey?
Oh, no.
Because that's the only way you like it, isn't it?
That's my favorite, is the mushy stuff.
Kathy, do you recognize the bird?
No.
Henrietta.
Oh, my God.
If she don't start laying eggs, that's where she's going to end up.
Wow. What about her for Christmas? So your black
Yeah.
ones I got.
She gets blamed for everything.
Haley,
Time for
Grandpa
games.
said you and the Emma could go out there too.
I'm scared I'm gonna get smacked.
Go with
If I
Grandpa.
known that, I would have brought the big one we got in the house and just went out there.
Go with Grandpa.
Them all over
I'm
them.
gonna get
We got
shot.
Emma will protect you.
No, she won't. She's smaller than me. I'm coming.
That's better than paintball.
They usually do this at Christmas
Those things
time.
hurt.
That's what I heard.
Larry ordered it early, and it came fast. And so he thought, well, we'll do it now.
Well, Bentley got the same refills I bought him for his birthday.
How far will they go?
Pretty far.
Yeah.
Mine went way behind Chris.
Really?
Not quite as far as their apartment.
Ooh,
Oh.
I see.
Chris got 2 of them behind him.
Oh, it ain't.
Oh, Emma's out there now. Oh,
Okay,
Debbie got hit in the head.
I got one for you.
Justin's getting all the bullets.
You didn't get one.
Grandpa's gonna get you one.
I need to get one. See what Grandpa comes up with now.
Well, you see what Grandpa comes up with.
Machine gun.
Oh, not quite.
Favoritism.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
This is
He can get them all at one
He's gonna
time.
mow everybody down.
this is the disruptor.
Get them all
Come
at
on,
one
this is
time.
yours.
You got to hide though. Sneak out there. Don't let them know you coming.
Well, we could go the other way.
You got to do the army
Did you get done,
walk.
Let's go
Mom?
the other way, come on.
Gonna
You got to
take.
sneak up on them.
Now, don't shoot at their faces, just at the feet,
Oh,
okay?
it's adults. You can shoot.
Just shoot at the mommy's feet. Don't shoot towards the feet. That'll hurt.
Oh, Haley's out there too.
This one will put a hole through you. Come on.
He was,
Oh.
keeps wanting to put them in.
You better pick them up and shoot.
He doesn't realize that they'll.
You got like 6 of them in
Yeah.
that thing or more.
Maybe you can't pull the trigger. Steffi's down.
Now, any other
There
time,
you go.
he wants to shoot somebody with a gun all the time until he's got a gun to shoot somebody with. Now he don't want to shoot.
Oh, Bentley got hit in the head, I think.
He wants to keep putting.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Wow, that's a bunch of them.
She picked them up and saved them. Now they ran again.
I just talked to David and Jill, wished them happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Larry decided he wants to cut up some tree here in the side yard. There goes Larry! Well, Larry's water, he put the new pump in the pool to pump the water off of the pool cover. And he came in here to sit down to keep an eye on it. And look what happened to the swing. The whole back broke with him.
It's so old.
I guess if he had a new bottom and a new back, it would be a swing. But I'm glad that didn't happen with anybody else, and I'm glad he didn't go over.
Yeah.
We remembered now that we bought it at Tractor Supply in Athens, Ohio, but we can't remember how many years ago. Somewhere between 5 and 10, probably. I canned broth this morning. This is Saturday. I had some in the freezer that I thawed out, and then I had some, the fresh turkey broth. So I had 4 pints of turkey broth, a pint of chicken broth, and that dark one is a half pint of pork broth from the pork loin. And these are all lids that I used before that I'd canned with and then saved. So I didn't have anything invested in this, so I thought I'd try them. And so far they sealed and look like they're going to work fine. We're here in the greenhouse and Larry's planting turnip seeds. He's planting red purple. Yeah. And I'm watering the plants. Larry got an early Christmas present, and we were using it a while ago. It tells the light level, and the moisture level, and the pH. So that's 3 things we won't have to guess at anymore. This is the new little pump that Larry got to pump the water off the pool cover. It's a little noisy, but not too bad. The water goes up there into the hose, through the pump, and then it goes back into the pool. There's a filter there on the end of it, that triangle. There's a filter. Today's Sunday the 28th, and we're on our way to church. We're here. We came over to the cemetery after church and put the flag on the res grave, Christmas flag and flowers. And we put holiday flowers on Larry's mom and stepdad and son. I'm here at Betty's and we got her lights up. Well, we had the lights up the other day, but this is Monday. But we got the wreaths up. There's one on the other side. And one of them worked and one of them didn't work, so we had to test the bulbs and had to replace about 8 bulbs on one wreath. But Betty's starting to look like Christmas.
I'm done.
I thought I'd show you what the cold did to the banana tree. Pretty much killed it back. Ari's doing a little hoeing in the garden this morning. It's about 9:30. We had another big frost last night. It was about 28 degrees. He's in the rutabagas right now. Looks like he's already got the spinach. And I came out to pull carrots. Larry's got the buckets all ready to put them in. That cucumber's growing nicely. It's about 48 degrees here in the greenhouse, and we didn't have any heat on last night. Larry's moved on to hoeing the broccoli. Well, we're done pulling the carrots. I thought I'd show you. This is the Danvers. The Danvers are longer, and the Chardonnay are short and fat. But most of the Chardonnay were smaller than this one. This is about the biggest one we got. We left these small ones in there to grow a little more. This is our crop. These are the Chardonnay, and these are the Danvers. We only had one row of the Danvers. The tiny ones that we pulled, we threw out here on the ground for the chickens. So they'll be eating those. We're cutting the tops off now. We came here in the greenhouse where it's nice and warm. Cutting the tops off, and then we're going to wash them. This is all the Danvers. Not as many as it looked like. Maybe 3 pints there if I'm lucky. We're out here washing the Chardonnay carrots. Now he's got a sink over there, a faucet that we can wash things. This will get the mud off of them before we take them in the house.
Dirt, soil.
Mm-hmm. And he just keeps doing that till we have clean water. It's 2:30 and we're still working on carrots. I'm cleaning them and Larry's chopping them and putting them in jars.
You want to say something?
Well, we got the carrots all cleaned. Now we're ready to, and Larry's got them all chopped, and we're gonna proceed on to canning. It's 4:25, and I've got my carrots in the canner ready to can them. So this has been about an all-day job. It's 6:20 on November the 30th, and it's time to end this video. I just now took the carrots out of the canner, and I've got 13 pints. Put them out here to cool and finish sealing. Some of them sealed. I heard them pop. There they are. One day's work. Good night. God bless.